What's up, everyone? Today I'm bringing you something totally new for me, at least, and that is Yerba Mate. So, um, I have I don't know, what appears to be a pretty cool setup for my use case. I plan to use this as like a quick on the go thing before school and work. I often find myself between school and work away from home for like 14 hours at a time. Sometimes I don't have hot water available, even if I did bring tea with me. And this seems like just a good thing to bring with me. I'm not sponsored or anything. I bought this with my own money off Amazon. If I can manage to get affiliate link, I will. But either way, I'll leave a link below for this if you're interested. It's pretty simple. It's a yerba mate to go thing. So we got this to hold your hot water, and it has this little nozzle up top. It's very similar to the Stanley one that while I was doing research I came across. There's a Stanley one that's like only in South America, and online it's going for like $250, maybe $300 total for like the cup, the straw, and the container itself, which seems absolutely insanely ridiculous. I found this one on Amazon. I think it was like 25 or $30. Seemed very reasonable to me. It seems very sturdy. I did, of course, wash it all out really well, and the straw, from what I've seen, people clean it out by boiling it and throwing in some baking soda because there could be some solder on the inside, and I already did that. And we got the cup, and this all just kind of screws together like so. Seems real nice though. I do already have hot water in this. It doesn't feel hot on the outside. Feels a little warm up here, but that's pretty normal, I'd say. This feels like it's gonna hold heat for a very long time. And then it also came with this interesting clip thing, which I already put on this bag of mate I got. This is a Argentinian mate, so to my knowledge, this should be a little more coarsely chopped than mates from some other countries. Obviously, the styles vary and how you make it vary. From what I saw, this was the simplest one to make, so that's why I did it. And a lot of people said this is a good starting one. It's pretty mild, not super strong tasting, but still tastes good. So I went with this one. Not too bad in price. This is 1 kilo. I think it was like maybe $15, which Amazon might be on the higher end. I think you could probably get it from some of the mate companies for a little cheaper, but then you might be looking at shipping, as well as this one got to me in only a day. So, you win some, you lose some. But the mate to go thing I got came with this little clip, and all you got to do is basically put the little tube in there, screw it on, clamp this closed at the top, and then it makes a just like a resealable container. So that seemed pretty cool. That seemed pretty useful to me. So I could just store this on my shelf as is. But yeah, so we got the Bombilla. It's like a strainer straw. It came with this. It was all in one, so that's super convenient. We got the little cup. It has like the flared lip, and you can just go like that. And to my knowledge, you just pile this high. Hopefully this works well. Works fantastic. Yeah, to my knowledge, you fill it up pretty high, not all the way, but I don't know, I'm a little more than half. And then you like cup your hand on it to make like a mountain on one side of the container. Like so. And then you from what I saw, the powdery ones hold like a really stiff mountain, and the mountain itself kind of like filters the powder a little, so you're not just constantly getting powder in it. But what they do is, at least in the South American culture, or the videos I saw, is they'll mound it up like this. You fill it with water, and the mound keeps a lot of the leaves dry, and then you just have your cup, and you can roll around all day, or for like 2, 3, 4 hours, just keep refilling it with your hot water from this, with whatever you're doing, and you're good to go. Mate is not technically a tea. It's its own South American plant. It is still extremely high in caffeine, I believe higher in caffeine than black tea, higher in caffeine than matcha. I think even higher in caffeine than coffee. Very high caffeine and potent beverage for sure. I don't know if this container says caffeine on it. It does have like a nutrition fact label. I'd be curious to see what the average caffeine content of mate is. From what I saw on another package, it said like 180 milligrams per serving. So basically like having a monster. Which this whole bag, which is 1 kilo, contains 20 servings according to the bag. So servings are quite large, I think. I think a serving might be like 2 full cups of these leaves. So pretty interesting for sure. I think it's really cool. I've had mate before, but not like real mate. You know, this is like a South American brand. And I didn't have like any fancy cup or any fancy container. I just went to my local natural grocers one time, was looking around, saw it, and I heard about it. I heard it was high caffeine. At the time, I was working 70 hours a week, and I was like, you know, I could use that, and I don't want to be always drinking energy drinks on the go, and I'd always be at work, and we had a water dispenser that gave out hot water, so I was like, hey, I'll do that. So I just bought the straw that was next to the mate at the natural grocers. It was in a big natural grocers branded bulk bag. It just said Yerba Mate. And it was cut like this. If anything, it wasn't even as fine as this. It was like big chunks. And I would just throw a bunch in my normal coffee mug with some hot water, and it did the trick. I recall liking it quite a bit. On the smell, it smells very herbal, with like a slight hint of sweetness to it. Currently, I'm not sure how different it can be. On all the mates, I know some of the ones I saw from different countries looked very green, very powdery, and this one's like bigger chunks. Hopefully I'm doing this right. Probably not, but you know, you live and you learn. So what I think I'm already doing it wrong, but oh well. This will definitely be some trial and error. That's why with the matcha video I made, I practiced a little. This one I got home from work late last night, and it was all sitting on my porch from when I ordered it off Amazon. And this is my first time. I already washed it all before this video, but this is my first time messing with it. And so it should be fine. And from what I saw, brewing instructions were basically under boiling. I think some people were saying around 180 to 190 degrees Fahrenheit. And really what it looks like is they, depending on the type of mate you get, some of them will mound it up and do it super fancy. I'm sure you've seen the TikToks or the videos out there where they'll have like a big, nice, it almost looks like a putting green. It's like super green and super nice, and they'll do little designs, and there'll be just like, they'll do it with the straw in, so there's just a hole for a straw, and they might leave like a hole over here for the water to pour it in, and they'll like sprinkle the powder on top, and it looks all fancy. And to my knowledge, like most normal people will just make a mound. And pour your hot water in. It's an everyday common occurrence in a lot of South American countries. Like everyone just kind of rolls around drinking it. So yeah, I thought that seemed real cool. But they have the classic cup, which I forget the name of right now. It's like a gourd, which takes a little extra care, much like the Yixing clay pots I have. Actually, probably more care than the Yixing clay pots I have, because it's a natural, from a natural living material, right? So it can mold, it can crack, it can warp. So you really got to take care of the natural pots. And then they have ceramic ones that'll be shaped like gourds, or just ceramic cups, and then they have like steel ones, which are easiest. So that's why I decided to just go with a normal steel one. But here's how the leaves look. They're, nothing crazy. Some cut up leaves. They're like little bits, little pieces. They're kind of a grayish brown color. These ones are. They smell real nice though. And then this is like what the top of the water thermos looks like. And it has this. So quite thick. Very insulated for sure. My water is still scalding hot. But it holds about 40 ounces of water, slightly more, 1,200 milliliters. And it just screws right in. Simple as that. It's got a nice carrying handle. And it came with like a backpack, like a little to-go bag. So that's pretty cool. But let me taste this real quick. Definitely an interesting flavor. Very, very different than tea for sure. It's like a bit of bitterness, a bit of herbal plantiness, some almost kind of tobacco notes as well. Definitely quite potent tasting. I think the bitterness is probably from the high caffeine. Definitely something I think I'll have to get used to. Very, very new, very different for sure. But not bad. I could definitely see myself drinking it all the time. It's definitely a flavor in its own. It's very hard to describe, but I would say mostly vegetable. Definitely tastes like plant matter. I might have to play around with it a bit to get the right flavor. But yeah, I think that's all I got on this. I'll probably start trying mate from now on too, just to see how it is. And they're not too expensive, so if I'm drinking it fast, I'll probably have another one pretty soon. But thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, comment. See ya.